Every one of us is born with extraordinary potential. You have talents, strengths, and capabilities that, when developed and directed with purpose, can lead to incredible levels of success. The challenge is not whether you have the potential, but whether you will unlock it. The truth is, success is not an accident. High achievers don't rely on luck. They rely on discipline, clarity, and consistent effort. They know exactly what they want, and they take daily action toward it. That's the key: daily progress. Step by step, inch by inch. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be intentional. Clarity is the foundation upon which all great success is built. Without clarity, you drift. With it, you drive. Most people go through life reacting to circumstances instead of creating them. Why? Because they haven't taken the time to decide with absolute certainty what they truly want. The first step to unlocking your potential is to stop living by accident and start living by design. Clear goals create a clear direction, and direction creates power. When you know exactly what you want, your mind becomes magnetized with purpose. You wake up with energy. You move with intention. Decisions become easier because you know where you're going. Instead of being pulled in every direction, you start moving in a straight line toward your target. Clarity simplifies your life because it eliminates the unnecessary. It's no longer about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. One of the most powerful things you can do is write your goals down, get them out of your head and onto paper. Be specific. Don't say, "I want to be successful." Say, "I will earn $100,000 a year doing meaningful work that I enjoy." Don't say, "I want to get fit." Say, "I will weigh 160 pounds by September 1st. The more detailed your goals, the stronger your focus becomes. Your brain loves clarity. It uses it as a GPS for achievement. Clarity doesn't just apply to goals. It applies to your values, your standards, and your priorities. Ask yourself, what kind of life do I want to live? What kind of person do I want to become? What do I stand for? When you define your values clearly, decision-making becomes faster and more confident. You stop chasing what looks good to others and start pursuing what feels right to you. It's also important to review your goals every single day. Repetition creates reinforcement. When you see your goals daily, they stay fresh in your mind, and your subconscious begins working to help you achieve them. You'll start noticing opportunities that were always there but invisible before. It's not magic, it's focus. And focus, repeated daily, turns into discipline, and discipline turns into results. Remember this: people with goals succeed because they know where they're going. Clarity gives you that edge. It gives you the vision to begin and the strength to persist. If you're not getting the results you want, don't work harder, get clearer. Once you know what you want and why you want it, the how begins to show up. Taking full responsibility for your life is the turning point of personal power. Until you make that decision, you're at the mercy of circumstances. You wait, you blame, you react. But the moment you decide, "I am in charge," everything changes. You move from being a victim of life to becoming the architect of it. This is the mindset that separates the successful from the stuck. Success begins when excuses end. Most people spend their energy pointing fingers at the economy, at their boss, at their upbringing, or at external events they can't control. But here's the truth. You can't control everything, but you can always control how you respond. Responsibility isn't about blame, it's about power. The more responsibility you accept, the more control you gain. The less you accept, the more control you give away. You must come to see yourself as the CEO of your life. If something isn't working, ask, what can I do to change it? Not, who's at fault, but what's my role? This simple shift in language changes your thinking. It moves you from frustration to problem solving, from waiting to acting, from excuses to execution. You begin to take ownership of your results, and your results begin to improve. This mindset shows up in every area: your career, your finances, your health, your relationships. If your finances aren't where you want them to be, take responsibility. Learn more, earn more, spend less. If your health isn't where it should be, own it. Change your habits. Get moving. Eat cleaner. You don't have to fix everything overnight, but the power lies in saying, I am the one who can make it better. Responsibility also means managing your thoughts and emotions. You can't allow negativity, fear, or doubt to run your life. You choose what you focus on. You choose how you interpret events. You choose whether to see obstacles as problems or as opportunities to grow. When you take responsibility for your mindset, you take control of your future. And here's the best part: the more responsibility you take, the more confidence you gain, because you begin to trust yourself. You stop waiting for someone else to give you permission, and you start giving it to yourself. That's the real key to unlocking your potential. Not waiting for the world to change, but deciding that you will change. And when you do, the world begins to respond. One of the greatest habits you can ever develop is a bias for action. This means you train yourself to move quickly, confidently, and consistently in the direction of your goals. Most people spend too much time thinking, analyzing, doubting, and delaying. But the high achievers, they move. They take the shot. They make the call. They understand that motion creates momentum, and momentum creates results. Success favors the doers, not the wishers, not the dreamers, but the people who are willing to act. Even if the plan isn't perfect, even if the conditions aren't ideal, they understand that progress beats perfection every time. You can always refine as you go, but you can't improve what doesn't exist. Action turns ideas into reality. Without it, your best thoughts remain just that: thoughts. Developing a bias for action means replacing hesitation with habit. Instead of waiting for motivation, you build routines that move you forward automatically. You create daily disciplines that keep you on track, even on the days you don't feel like it. You don't leave your success to chance. You build it into your calendar, your systems, and your standards. Discipline, after all, is the shortcut to success. You must also learn to take action without needing external validation. Don't wait for someone to approve your dream or give you permission to pursue it. If it matters to you, that's enough. Take the first step, then the next. Every great journey begins with one bold move forward. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be deliberate. Action creates clarity. The more you do, the more you learn, and the more confident you become. It's also essential to act with urgency, not in a frantic or reckless way, but with purpose. Time is the one resource you can never get back. Don't waste it waiting for the right time. There is no perfect moment. The best time to start is when the idea is hot and the emotion is strong. Capture that energy and channel it into forward motion. If you delay, doubt creeps in, and doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Finally, understand this: every successful person you admire is simply someone who acted more often than they hesitated. They made decisions quickly, followed through with intensity, and learned from every step. If you want to unlock your potential, don't wait, move. Action is the great separator. It's the line between hoping and having, between wishing and winning. Your ability to upgrade your skills continuously is one of the most important factors in unlocking your true potential. The marketplace pays for value, and value is determined by your ability to solve problems, to produce results, and to perform at a higher level. If you want to earn more, achieve more, and become more, you must learn more. The key to rising in any area of life is to become increasingly competent and then eventually outstanding at what you do. Think of your skills as tools in a toolbox. The sharper and more advanced your tools, the more valuable you become. You can't use yesterday's tools to solve today's problems. The world is changing, competition is rising, and those who stop learning will eventually fall behind. But the good news is that learning is a choice. No matter your age or background, you can decide today to begin the process of mastery. All greatness begins with a decision to improve. You must view yourself as a lifelong student. Every book you read, every course you take, every mentor you learn from becomes a step toward your next level. The most successful people read daily. They study their industry. They sharpen their thinking. They invest time and often money into growing their skill set because they understand that their future depends on it. When you commit to continuous improvement, you place yourself in a league of your own. Make it your mission to become the best at what you do. If you're in sales, learn everything about influence, persuasion, and negotiation. If you're a writer, study language, emotion, and structure. If you're building a business, master leadership, marketing, and financial intelligence. Don't settle for average. Mediocrity is expensive. Excellence is rewarded. The more skilled you are, the less you compete, because you've separated yourself from the crowd. Upgrading your skills also gives you confidence. When you know you're prepared, when you've put in the work to become better, doubt disappears. You walk taller. You speak clearer. You take bolder actions. Why? Because you're not relying on hype or luck. You're backed by competence. Confidence built on competence is unshakable. It doesn't just look good, it delivers under pressure. Finally, remember that skills are assets, and the return on self-investment is limitless. Unlike material things that wear out or lose value, your skills compound. What you learn today can serve you for decades. So never let a day go by without feeding your mind or refining your abilities. Growth is not optional if you want to lead, succeed, and fully unlock what you're truly capable of. Time is your most precious resource. It's not money because you can earn more money. It's not energy because you can rest and recharge. But once time is gone, it's gone forever. That's why the most successful individuals treat their time like a CEO treats company capital, carefully allocated, highly protected, and always directed toward high-value activities. If you want to unlock your full potential, you must learn to control your time before it controls you. Every minute of every day is either invested or wasted. You're either doing something that moves you closer to your goals, or something that keeps you busy but gets you nowhere. The greatest danger isn't in doing the wrong things. It's in doing too many things that don't matter. To reach your next level, you must become ruthlessly selective. Eliminate the low-value tasks. Delegate what you can. Automate what you must. Focus only on what truly counts. Planning is the starting point of time mastery. Never start your day without a clear plan. Spend 10 to 15 minutes each morning, or better yet, the night before, mapping out your highest priorities. Ask yourself, if I could only accomplish 3 things today that would make the day a win, what would they be? These are your focus points. Don't let your schedule get hijacked by distractions or demands that don't align with your true objectives. Prioritization is your compass. Not all tasks are created equal. The 80-20 rule reminds us that 20% of our efforts lead to 80% of our results. Your job is to identify and focus on those top 20% tasks that generate the greatest return. Ask often, is this the best use of my time right now? That single question can keep you laser focused and out of the trap of being busy but unproductive. It's also vital to create blocks of uninterrupted time for deep work. Multitasking is a myth. It fragments your focus and weakens your output. Instead, schedule focused time slots for your most important work and guard them like gold. Turn off notifications. Close unnecessary tabs. Let others know you're not to be disturbed. In those focused hours, you'll accomplish more than most people do in a day. Lastly, treat your calendar like a success blueprint. What gets scheduled gets done. Block time not only for work but also for rest, learning, exercise, and strategic thinking. Time isn't just about getting things done. It's about getting the right things done in a way that supports your long-term vision. The person who manages their time with precision is the one who ultimately shapes their destiny. Your mind is like a garden. What you plant, water, and nurture is what grows. If you feed it weeds, negativity, fear, doubt, that's what will take root. But if you fill it with positive, empowering, growth-oriented thoughts, your mind becomes a powerful force for progress. The quality of your thinking determines the quality of your life. To unlock your potential, you must feed your mind daily with thoughts that elevate, encourage, and direct you toward your vision. Most people don't realize that their mental diet is just as important as their physical one. They consume news filled with fear, engage in gossip, scroll through social media filled with comparison and distraction, and then wonder why they feel anxious, overwhelmed, or uninspired. You have to guard your mind like you guard your health. What goes in shapes what comes out, your beliefs, your emotions, your decisions, and ultimately your results. Begin each day with intention. Read something inspiring. Listen to an empowering message. Write down your goals and repeat them to yourself with conviction. Speak affirmations that align with your vision. These habits aren't just feel-good routines. They are tools for mental conditioning. When repeated daily, they rewire your mind to focus on progress, gratitude, and possibility instead of limitations and problems. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who challenge you to be better, who believe in growth, not excuses. The voices you allow into your life either build you or break you. Seek out mentors, friends, and communities that reflect the mindset you want to build. Energy is contagious. Make sure you're catching the right kind. Just one positive influence can shift your entire direction. It's also crucial to align your thoughts with purpose. Don't just think positively, think purposefully. Ask yourself daily, what am I here to do? Who am I becoming? What impact do I want to make? When your thoughts are connected to a deeper why, they carry more weight. They energize you. They focus you. They give meaning to the struggle and fuel your persistence. Purpose is the anchor that keeps you grounded and driven when things get tough. Lastly, remember that belief always precedes achievement. You must believe it's possible for you before it becomes real for you. That belief is built by feeding your mind with evidence of your ability, stories of others who've done it, and daily proof that you're showing up and growing. Your mind is your most valuable asset. Treat it with the care, discipline, and respect it deserves, and it will serve you for a lifetime. So here's the final truth. Your potential is not something you discover, it's something you unlock. It's not out there waiting for the right time or the right opportunity. It's already within you, waiting for a decision to get clear, a decision to take responsibility, a decision to act boldly, to grow intentionally, to manage your time ruthlessly. and to protect the quality of your thinking. Success is not an accident. It's a deliberate result of consistent, focused effort over time. The people who rise to the top aren't necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They're simply the ones who decided they wouldn't stop until they did something meaningful with what they were given. And now it's your turn. The tools are in your hands. The path is in front of you. You don't need permission. You need purpose. You don't need perfect conditions. You need clarity and courage. And most of all, you don't need to wait. You need to begin right now. Start small. Start smart. But most importantly, start. Because the moment you do, momentum begins, energy rises, doors open, and piece by piece, you begin building the life that's worthy of your highest potential. Now go do something today that your future self will thank you for. The best is yet to come.